Former Justice Minister Ayelet Shalom.
Shalom.
First of all, I wanted to ask you about the humanitarian aid continuing to go into Gaza. Some are saying it's very important because the Gazans there are held hostage by the Hamas and they need this aid. But the problem is how it's going in?
A few problems. First is how it's going in, and in reality, it goes to Hamas.
This is because of UNRWA.
Yes, because of UNRWA, and because there is no one there that will do it instead of the Hamas. UNRWA is an organization that's based on Palestinians from Gaza. Most of its employees support Hamas. They support the Hamas. They are the Hamas.
We know that employees, workers were part of the massacre, part of the October 7th massacre.
Yes, employees were part of the massacre, and the IDF found lots of rockets and guns and other arms in UNRWA facilities. So it is opportunity now to close this organization. We need to close this organization and to find other ways to insert humanitarian aid to Gaza. For example, we can insert humanitarian aid to specific areas in which people are being evacuated, and that the IDF will take care of that, and not the Hamas.
And now what you're saying about UNRWA is not just a message to the Israeli government, it's also a message to the world.
Yes, I think that the countries that support UNRWA should stop doing it, and the government of Israel need to push them to stop doing it. And I think that the government of Israel need to ask the U.S. administration, to ask the president to put sanctions on UNRWA workers. This is the way to close this organization.
The whole idea of UNRWA is basically to hold on to that concept of being refugees, a concept that the Palestinians will come back or will take over other areas in Israel. That's the whole idea of UNRWA these days.
Yes, it's a distort idea, and this is why we should do anything we can in order to close it. And there is historical opportunity right now. In the previous years, and I assume that in the future, we will not have this opportunity again. And since the only thing that the UNRWA based on is the right of return, and to eliminate actually Israel and to establish Palestinian state here.
Instead of the Jewish state.
Yes. So we need to do anything we can in order to close it. And you know that in UNRWA, they get a refugee status from one generation to another. There is no such other case in the world.
Okay, now I'd like to talk to you also about the war itself. How do you see the status which we are in now, 4 months after October 7th?
First of all, the IDF soldiers are heroes. We smashed the Hamas. They are just coward terrorists. And the soldiers are doing amazing job. They did amazing job in the north, and now they are doing amazing job in Khan Yunis. And we just need to find a solution, to some way of civil administration in Gaza in the day after. Currently, we are already in the day after, because from the northern part of Gaza, the IDF, they pull out in some of the areas, and because there is no one came instead of the IDF, the Hamas took over again.
Already, we're seeing that
already. We see
so you're saying that Israel should already have some sort of control for this status where we are now.
Otherwise, we are giving to the Hamas Gaza again.
And on the long run, you're talking about creating a perimeter where no one can go in, so our kibbutzim, the residents of the kibbutzim can come back home.
Definitely, we must have a perimeter. It will be like a safe zone. No one can enter this perimeter, and the border will not be like our villages will not be like few meters from Hamas troops.
And last but not least, the challenge that we have in the north, a whole area where the residents have been evacuated. What's next there? You visited the north just a few days ago.
Yeah, I visited there. Actually, it was horrible in Metula. We need to find a solution. It's better to do it with agreement, that the Hezbollah will follow the UN resolution 1701, and that they will not be in the south of Lebanon. They need to be above the Litani, threatening our homes. And the IDF should enforce it. There is no one else that can enforce this resolution. And I hope that we'll get there.
Okay, former Justice Minister Ayelet Shaked, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.